Hey, how's everybody doing on this terrific Tuesday? I know many of us are in quarantine, some of us are not, but it is still a terrific day either way. So I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick video. I had a friend girl to come over to my house, and this is when you know, like you good friends, because they coming over like forget quarantine, we coming over, we chilling. She didn't leave until much later, and then it was just like I was able to supply her need based on some of the things that I had in my home. And so I said, well, so many times we go out, especially now, and we consume, and what we really need is in the house. I think there was someone that said something like, in the house. I think that was Benji Brown or something. Yeah, I went to a comedy series with him. This was years ago. At any rate, staying focused. There are just some simple things that we have around the house that I believe can really just be used or that are probably underutilized. I know in many cases, like when I go to the store now, bleaches are gone, ammonias are gone, Lysol products are gone. Like all of these products that are harsh chemicals are like flying off the shelf. And I think that we have been conditioned to think that if something is harsher, that it must work better, and that's not necessarily true. So I just wanted to grab a few things around my home that we've just been using during this time period, during this COVID, I don't even want to say crisis, but during this COVID time. So this is isopropyl alcohol. This is actually 50%, and I probably got this from it's Assured. I think I got it from Dollar Tree. Anytime I find like alcohol for a reasonable price, I just go ahead and snatch it because it's something that's going to be used. And so, again, this is just a good general cleaning. If you are very, if you want something more powerful, you should definitely go with the 70%. Actually, they even say that 90% is not, like 70% is good, okay? And that has to deal with concentration, the water concentration. But moving right along, this is also just great to have and to keep in the house for general cleaning purposes. Something else that I have just recently purchased is distilled vinegar. Now this isn't something that I would necessarily do my cleaning with because this is not the same as cleaning vinegar. I believe distilled vinegar is generally at like 5%. Yes, 5% acidity, and cleaning vinegar is slightly higher. Not by much more, but it does make a difference. So what do you use this for? I use this for just general cleaning, like my food, like my meats. We do eat chicken. We are not a vegan or vegetarian home. So yeah, I do like to cut the fat. So I did notice that there were quite a few meats that were off the shelf at the store. You make sure you're using some of this vinegar to cut some of that grit, cut some of that grime, or as my mom says, cut the grease, okay? So distilled vinegar is also very good. And so, like I was saying, there were so many of the meats that were off the shelves, but then when I walked down the vitamin aisle, it was fully stocked. So then here, I said, well, here's a bag of Epsom salt. I always like Epsom salt. Epsom salt makes for a good natural laxative. Also, it's good for inflammation. So if you want to soak your feet, if you want to take an Epsom salt bath, this is just a great item to just have in your home just for soothing properties. And then also salt by nature detoxifies or extracts. So this is good for detoxification. And then one of the last things that we use in my home are the mist. For many of you who don't know, or for some of you who don't know, I should say, my daughter has eczema. And so with that, I wanted to create something that would help soothe her itch, but not contain alcohol, because as many of you know, alcohol contains drying properties. So if she already has dry skin, I just didn't figure it advantageous for me to put the alcohol in it. So what I do have in the mist that I've created is essential oils that can be used literally head to toe. You can spray it on your face. Ooh, some got in my eye. But that's okay if it does get in my eye, because again, the properties that are in it are all natural. So I will feel just now like a brief sting, but it's not anything that would be considered blinding or damaging to my eye. Okay, and again, this also can be used as a natural hand sanitizer. Of course, I know someone who purchases from me and then they add the amount of alcohol that they wish to add to it, because they have found that my mist is not drying. Okay, so you know, you can always take things and tweak them to your specification, but again, I tried to keep it as very simple as possible because using this on, at the time, my 1-year-old daughter, I didn't think that she needed alcohol. Okay, so just some little things that are tidbits and things that I have around the house. Then also, last but not least, I'm sipping on my tea. I know it's like, it's probably afternoon, like, but I'm still drinking my tea. My elderberry on the go tea by Janice McCutcheon's. Elderberry is great, as many of you know or are discovering. Good for, it's a great immunity booster. We keep elderberry in my home, but we're out, like it's flying off the shelves, which is a good thing because hopefully this will be a practice and something that is being consumed and purchased on a continuum. But I was out, but I knew that Janice would have some. So we actually have the elderberries, which are the gummy forms of the elderberry. And then also I have my elderberry on the go because, as many of you know, I am on the go. I have 2 small children. But at any rate, I'm just glowing while I'm going. That's it. It's just the bottom line. So again, thanks for sharing. Thanks for checking me out. Bye.